Good evening, this is Rashad Metro coming to you live from my YouTube channel. It's like seeing on my part series. The week that was college football history review, the 1969 college football season. This is week 5. I'll be talking about the games that were played on October 18th, 1969, week 5. Here we go. Penn State, the number 5 team in the country, defeated Syracuse by a score of 15-14. Not since 21-0 loss late in the 1966 season had number 5 Penn State trailed by as much as 14 points. But swift striking, Syracuse jumped ahead 14-0 by first minute of second quarter as the Orange safety Gary Gletcher's 20-yard interception return prompted fullback Al Newton short touchdown plunge and halfback Greg Allen, second of 3 long punt returns, poised quarterback Randy Zer's 6-yard touchdown sweep. After 61 yards and 65-yard punt returns, Pesky Allen went 46 yards to Penn State 29-yard line late in the second quarter, but Allen was tripped up by fast closer defensive back Neil Smith and failed 4th and 2 run from 3-yard line. So meanwhile, Syracuse defense was completely dominating play as held mighty lines to 64-yard net offense and 3 first downs in the first half that ended 14-0 early in the fourth quarter. Nate Lyons, defensive tackle Steve Smear, caused second of two fumbles and he jolted free. And linebacker Jack Ham recovered at Syracuse 32-yard line. And after pass interference against Syracuse linebacker Richard Kokowski on fourth down from 15-yard line, halfback Lydell Mitchell ran 4 yards to score. Penn State first failed on a 2-point pass, but holding penalty against the Orangemen allowed fullback Michael Harris to plunge for 2 points that narrowed it to 14-8. Lions took over after short Syracuse punt. Harris ran for 36-yard touchdown on counter run by guard Bob Haluba. Kicker Jack Reitz go-ahead extra point came at 7:01 mark of fourth quarter. Early, only 3-6-17 after first Penn State touchdown, and turn around completely punctured spirit of Orangemen. Number 7 Tennessee beat Alabama 41-14 in Birmingham. Early surge by volunteers sent Alabama reeling to his worst defeat to date under Coach Bear Bryant. Tennessee's victory was also marked the first time any school had won 3 straight against Bear Bryant coach Princeton Todd team. After Tennessee quarterback Bobby Scott threw touchdown pass to wide receiver Gary Price. Defensive back Bobby Majors raced 71 yards to punt touchdown return, going from bad to worse. Tied quarterback Ned Hayden saw his pitch out swiped by UC linebacker Jackie Walker for a 27-yard touchdown return. Now Scott ran for touchdown and Volunteers built 34-0 lead early in the fourth quarter before halfback Johnny Musso gave down 2 late touchdowns for Crimson window dressing. Now Tennessee star linebacker Steve Kiner was all over the field, listening passes for 5 sacks, minus 43 yards, and pulling down interception. Just before Volunteers' first team defense finished manhandling Tide and left contest for good in the fourth quarter, Kiner screamed at Alabama players, "Look over there at that poor old man, Coach Bryant. Coach Bryant, he looks pitiful. You sorry blank have let him down. You should be ashamed of yourselves." Next, Auburn, number 15 team in the country, beat Georgia Tech 17-14. Auburn saw its explosive offense stymied by a wide-ranging Georgia Tech defense. The Tigers turned the tables with linebacker Bobby Strickland's interception at Tech 36-yard line and gained last 5 minutes to set up kicker John Riley for winning 18-yard field goal with 101 on the clock. Earlier, Yellow Jackets had blocked a pair of 3-point attempts by fullback Riley Clark, who ran for 122 yards rushing, had put Tigers ahead of a 2-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. It was matched by the Georgia Tech halfback Gene Spiata, similar touchdown run for 7-7 halftime knock. Michigan's defensive back Jeff Ford blocked Riley's 37-yard and 57-yard field goal tries in the second quarter. It's Auburn dynamic passing duo of quarterback Pat Sullivan and Terry Beasley hooked up on a 20-yard touchdown in the third quarter, but again, Tech tied it. This time on fullback Steve Harkey's 4-yard run. After Strickland's interception, tailback Mickey Zofko gained 23 yards to put Tigers at 1-yard line in position that Riley could quickly hit game-winning chip shot field goal. Linebacker Bill Flowers was credited with 18 tackles for Jackies. Michigan State upset number 13 Michigan 23-12 after 6-point underdog Spartans spotted Michigan 3-0 lead early in the second quarter on big kicker Tim Killian's 29-yard field goal. Michigan State's upset win was fashioned on superb option play runs of quarterback Bill Triplett, who had 142 yards rushing, a touchdown on 18 carries. Halfback Don Highsmith had a big game, 129 yards on 30 carries and 2 touchdowns. Michigan State amassed 348 yards on the ground, scored 16 points in the second quarter, jumped to 23-3 lead in third quarter as Highsmith capped 80-yard drive with 2-yard run. Triplett made nifty 10-yard touchdown sweep. Halfback scored his second touchdown on 4 yards burst at the close of a 60-yard trip. Wolverines piled up 340 yards themselves, but it took until the fourth quarter for quarterback Don Moorman to finally spark the offense to touchdown on tailback Glenn Doherty's 7-yard run after defensive back Frank Gussich had recovered fumble at Michigan State 21-yard line. And Doherty had accidentally handed Spartan's second quarter safety was when he fielded kickoff at his 1-yard line, retreated to end zone to touch knee for what he thought was touchback. Ohio State, the number 1 team in the country, beat Minnesota 34-7. Ohio State won its 18th game in a row as keyed up Golden Gophers were buried by their own turnovers, even though they were able to burrow inside Buckeyes' 20-yard line on 5 occasions. Ohio State fullback John Otis powered to dual first quarter touchdowns after weak Minnesota punts twice opened door to his goal line. Quarterback Phil Higgins' wild pitch-up spoiled promising Gophers' trip to Ohio 1-yard line, and Buckeyes responded with 87-yard touchdown drive for a 20-0 halftime lead. The Gophers linebacker Rich Crawford went 51 yards with fumble recovery. The phone return to set up fullback Jim Carter's 6-yard touchdown run in the third quarter. Next, Notre Dame, the number 11 team in the country, played against number 3 Southern California. This matchup resulted in a 14-14 tie. After both Southern defenses dominated in scoreless first half, Irish opened second half a 74-yard march to fullback Bill Bartz's 1-yard touchdown run for a touchdown. USC quarterback Jimmy Jones matched it with 18-yard touchdown pass at the end of 74-yard trip. Trojans defensive back Tyrone Hudson stepped in front of Notre Dame quarterback Joe Theismann for interception that positioned Jones' second touchdown pass. Irish defensive lineman Mike McCoy, who helped frustrate USC tailback Clarence Davis Tatum, going 75 yards rushing on 30 carries, split 2 blocks to punt, which was recovered at USC 7-yard line by defensive end Walt Petusky. It set up halfback Denny Allen's tying 1-yard touchdown as Notre Dame coach Eric Pasegan, no stranger to controversial tie games, adamantly defended his going for tying kick with 6.5 minutes to play. The deadline was short. Notre Dame kicker Scott Hempel, 48-yard field goal try, bounced off crossbar in the final 2 minutes. Next, Oklahoma, number 12 team in the country, beat Colorado by a score of 42-30. Sooners tailback Steve Owens had 112 yards rushing on 28 carries and 4 touchdowns, eclipsed a 100-yard rushing barrier for 14 straight games. But Oklahoma had to survive Colorado comeback bid. Sooners used speed to construct 28-9 lead in the second quarter. Tight end Steve Zabel got open for touchdown pass from quarterback Jack Mildren, and fullback Roy Bell dashed the 53-yard touchdown in second quarter for 21-9 lead. Buffalo's quarterback Paul Arend had his problems when he had fumbled deep in Sooners territory on Gaines' opening bid and thrown interception to OU linebacker Steve Castile that set up Mildren's touchdown pass for 14-3 lead in the second quarter. Arend was yanked in favor of Little quarterback Jimmy Bratton, who provided some spark and 35-yard touchdown to end Monty Huber in the second quarter. Led by tailback Bob Anderson, 26 carries for 123 yards, the Buffaloes outrushed the Sooners 319 yards to 289 yards. Anderson's third touchdown at end of 80-yard drive trimmed the deficit to 35-30 with 2:37 to play. The ball game. But Oklahoma recovered Colorado's onside kickoff just before a wave of Buffalo's arrived. Sooners then went 70 yards late, scored as touchdown maker Owens bulldozed on 6 of 9 plays to surpass that era's record holder, Alan Amici of Wisconsin, for most career rushing attempts with 683 attempts. Number 16, Wyoming defeated Brigham Young 40-7. Now, Wyoming sent 5 different plays into end zone while its defense delivered overwhelming effort that limited BYU to 129 yards of offense. Now, the Cowboys' big win 4 straight in the WAC, was achieved without 14 black players who were dismissed from squad for their threat to not play because of perceived negative racial policies of BYU and Mormon Church. Quarterback Mark Lyons attributed Seoul Cougars' touchdown with a 4-yard run in the second quarter. And finally, UCLA, the number 8 team in the country, shut out California by a score of 32-0. UCLA quarterback Dennis Dummett pitched 8 and 65-yard touchdowns passes to wide receiver Gwen Cooper in the first half. Previous year's Bruins quarterback Bill Bowden raced 65 and 41 yards to fourth quarter touchdowns from the reserve tailback spot. Number 6 Bruins. They will be number 6 in the AP polls up to 20, but they were number 8 in the country. Didn't allow initial first down by California until midway in the second quarter. So as the Bears traveled no deeper than UCLA 35-yard line in the first half, California gained but 197 yards were forced into 8 punts. Golden Bears coach Ray Whoopsie, his team outgained 570 yards to 197 yards. Rave about Bruins, whose coach Tommy Prothro went out of his way to introduce his superb front seven to media afterward. Defensive ends Bob Geddes and Wesley Grant, defensive tackles Floyd Reese, Bruce Jurgensen, and linebackers Mike Ballou, Don Whitmer, and Jim Ford. So that concludes a look at the week that was college football review, 1969 college football season. The games are played on week number 5, October 18th, 1969. AP poll was October 20th. Number 1 was Ohio State. Number 2, Texas. 3, Tennessee. 4, Arkansas. Number 5, Missouri. Number 6, UCLA. Number 7, Southern California. Number 8, Penn State. Number 9, Louisiana State. Number 10, Florida. Number 11, Oklahoma. Number 12, Notre Dame. Georgia was number 13. 14 was Auburn. 15 was Purdue. Number 16, Wyoming. Number 17, Mississippi. Mississippi was number 17. Number 18 was Kansas State. Stanford was number 19. And Air Force was number 20. So that concludes a look at the moments in the event, the games that were played during October 18th, 1969, week 5. And that concludes a look at the AP polls October 20th. Once again, number 1 was Ohio State. Number 2 was Texas. Number 3 was Tennessee. Number 4, Arkansas. 5 was Missouri. Number 6 was UCLA. 7 was Southern California. 8, Penn State. 9, Louisiana State. 10, Florida. 11, Oklahoma. 12, Notre Dame. Number 13, Georgia. 14, Auburn. Number 15, Purdue. 16, Wyoming. 17, Mississippi. Kansas State. 18, Stanford. 19, and Air Force 20. So that concludes the week that was college football history review. 1969 college football season, week 5 of October 18th, 1969. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Do a video of this magnitude tomorrow. Please like and subscribe and comment on the channel. Share, do whatever you can to support this channel. Until then, talk to you soon.